Hi everyone, this is how I made my Alina Starkov Kefta from Netflix's Shadow and Bone. Wow, so this cosplay took me a long time to complete. When I first started, there were really no reference pictures, and these were the only ones I had. The show helped a little bit when it came out, but due to the lighting of a lot of the scenes, the seam lines and other details were lost, which meant that one of the first things I did was to draw a basic shape with all the construction lines. This allowed me to drape the most accurate shape to the show's costume. I then sewed up all the draped pieces to create a wearable toile to check the fit. Luckily, I only needed to make minor alterations before transferring the pattern onto paper. This was so much fun to do. I had to replicate where each piece of the embroidery would sit on each panel by looking at the reference images and at some points just guessing, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. Next, I cut out all the pieces to make a template I could trace around. It took so long to trace around all of these pieces onto the back of the fabric. After that, I sewed all of the panels together. So on the show costume, the fabric keftas are made from a custom printed material with a sort of vine or stag pattern. Me being a student, I just didn't have the money to do that, so I settled for drawing the design with waterproof grey markers, which actually turned out really well and looked pretty close to the original. I also got the 4 meters of black cotton velvet second hand for £8. Next, I machine sewed around all the embroidery sections with gold thread. This allowed me to see the overall shape and where to embroider from the right side of the fabric. As much as there's a heck of a lot of it, embroidering the kefta was probably my favourite part of this project. I weaved thick metallic gold thread through each of the machine stitches, and then under and over each piece from the top to the bottom. This made it both durable and secure whilst also creating a 3D effect. Here you can see that I actually left sections of the embroidery unfilled. Later on, I filled these with another tone of gold thread to create a more detailed look. In the show, they used over 4 different types of gold work thread. I got most of mine second hand, so I settled for 2. Now for the final touches. I made Alina's belt buckle out of 3mm craft foam and then I painted it gold. Alina's headpiece was a little more difficult. I'd never made any sort of jewellery before, so it really was an adventure. It's made from about 15 types of beads and 2mm gold jewellery wire. And here's the finished costume. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing and following me on Instagram.